All right. Huh. Hello, everybody. Talking about the energies today. As you see it, as you feel it, are you getting a glimpses or simply deep inside of you, those energies are coming in today and they hit you like a right button? What is that happening? So I was looking at into the charts. I was digging it in there into the charts a little bit more harder than it was. So there's gonna be some energies today that's gonna be switching turns over. Particularly put Saturn there. It's gonna be going retrograde. Saturn retrograde there in Pisces can create a lot of this going into the deep, going into very deep emotions, old unhealed emotions. Is going to go back, send you back in time, and the mysteries of time, maybe mysteries within your life, mysteries within this lifetime that you have, maybe a mystery of a lifetime that you had before, just to review as much as you can take and needs it there from within. Lately, we've been experiencing so much energies and talking about those energies. They are there. We we going through a very good process. Talking about process of going in with this stress, relax, learn, evolve. Stress, relax, learn, evolve. Stress, relax, learn, evolve. But you find that through the stress, that it's point the things that you need to work on it, you overcome them, you relax it, and you learn the things in there, and going into the next vortex, the next rabbit hole, the next situations. But right now we are going to be overviewing the the triggering within this transformations of the retrograde season that begins now. We're talking about retrograde season. We are going to have Saturn, and we're going to have some the rest of the planets. They're going to become a retrograde. We're going to go through great retrograde seasons, guys. But talking about those energies inside, you're going to be looking to so much evolution. So, since like nobody's yet here, there's no person to basically recognize yet. Hopefully, someone comes in. If not, I'm just gonna give you the diving deep within the energies. In New York, should be at 6:33 in the morning right now, and I don't know if you guys watching the quick report. That is also I detailed, but here we're going to be discussing the energies here is about you. So one more button right there. There you go. Now it's 7 o'clock. Hey Matthew, thank you for coming in, brother. And looking at that, I see quite often that this is the Jupiter Saturn. I mean Jupiter Pluto squaring there and Jupiter Saturn that is going to be going retrograde. I'm looking at this sextile there because when Saturn is going to be moving retrograde, if something beautiful happen with you, you're going to go back to that beautiful things, to those beautiful states. You're going to review the beauty, you're going to review things in the side of you. It is going to be a very beautiful power because he's switching it today. He is going to be turn things in you. But look inside of you. What is that Saturn is going to bring up into the surface? Because he's going to come back to that surface. So during the retrograde season of Saturn, there's going to be a lot of overview of material you study, of things that you did, of things that you goals. At the same time, Saturn is going to turn on the spiritual learnings inside of it, because the material learning stops, the spiritual learning begins. And those are the powers of the retrogrades, the day shifting the conscious. In the next like 3 4 days until Saturn shifts really in there, you're gonna be feeling maybe lethargic. You're gonna feel out of place. You're too tired, melancholy, grief, lack of love, maybe. Look inside of you, because Saturn is triggering all of the above or none of the above. It all depends on your inner work. So, talking about these energies today at 7 o'clock, midheaven is going to be together with Neptune, which is beautiful, because that way we have this correlations with the inner visions, and Pluto, these transformations that it's there, and at the same time with Uranus. And Uranus is going to be in sextile with the ascendant, the rising energies this time. So those rising energies, okay, you see them, they're going to be giving you the visions of the universe, which is Uranus presents like sudden changes that is going to be coming in. 10 all comes in with that inner work. When you wake up, you see what you need to do. But who is more important than what you need to do? You. Okay. And that goes into that review of how the things are. Since Pluto is in the Capricorn right now, you may be looking for jobs, switching jobs, needing jobs, improving, but because the job right now has to satisfy what? Your soul. Why? Because Pluto is in Capricorn in retrograde mode. That's how I interpret it. Matthew, if you have anything else, you can put it in the chart. But to me, that's how it goes as energy. With so you may have to look more deeply within yourself with that, but that's going to lead you to a very powerful transformations, because it's transformations through the soul in the material world. Okay, but Pluto squaring Jupiter, that is a lack of growth. You may feel like you're not growing. A lot of the people is like, I'm studying this, but where is the money? You have to see the first, you have to grow the things inside your spirit. Your spirit leads to your soul. Your soul overrides the things within your mind, and now the mind shows you how you're supposed to live in there. Since Jupiter is in Taurus, Jupiter is I need to grow materially. I need to have the money. I need to have this. I need to have that. I need to, na, 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 na. You are going to get them when you're supposed to, going to get them. And if you're after the money, you lose yourself. What is the big deal? You got the money. Have you chased the money all your life and then gain nothing within you? You can't take the money, but you can take what you learn in life within you. That's the power of the growth in there. So, with that being said, at 8 o'clock, the energies are going to be a little different. Midheaven, it's at 12 degrees of areas. Very beautiful energies for you to get going. You get going with that Aries energies there. There is a beautiful sextile with Mercury, the Moon, and later on it's going to be with the Sun there. Mars and Venus are in a very beautiful sextiles with Mercury and the Moon at this time. It's beautiful because the feminine and masculine energies, they're in a good communications within a good intuitions within themselves. And when you add to that, midheaven is there, which is also trining Venus and Mars at the same time, and Lilith is involved with all this. You're gonna find out this very beautiful new beginning. You probably did some purging. You probably did things inside, and now this purging, these beautiful energies, it shows up in the morning, at 8 o'clock. You feel good within your own skin there. So later on at 9 o'clock, midheaven is going to be going 28 degrees of Aries. That is going to be the stubbornness of transformations because he's going to square Pluto. It's kind of like, I'm not interested in this spiritual talking energy stuff, transformations, and so on and so on. All I want is give me the power. I'll know what to do. And some of the people is going to be looking that power. Is going to be looking that authority because the sun is sextile with midheaven. You're going to try to get the things within your own self. But with that being said, the sun it is squaring Neptune. What happened to the visions of the morning? They're gone. They're within you. Are you working on it? Or are you just learning it's like, you know what? I know what to do. The best thing is within me. And you know that some of those energies like that can create some issues, especially that the midheaven, it is right there at the last degrees. That's 28 degrees of areas. And that squaring there, that it's going to be for a few moments, for like about top, we're talking about 10 minutes, 15 minutes in there is going to be really trigger you. And during those triggers, what do you find from within? It's going to be very powerful because that way the authority within yourself, the sun, is going to be telling you things to yourself. Are you too much authority? Or how do you take authorities of others? How do you correlate it with bosses? How do you correlate it with other people interfere in your own authority? Personal space, or you are hold on to that personal space. Later on at 10 o'clock, midheaven is going to be at 14 degrees of Taurus. Whoa, what it's going to be like with the ascendant that is at 21 degrees there. It is going to be this intensified inner work that you see. You see this energies rising up with the energies you work. And you're like, I see these energies, but they're heavy. And when you look those energies, especially that is a Uranus is squaring Venus and Lilith. The midheaven is squaring Venus and Mars. Jupiter is squaring Mars. It's like what the heck? Nothing on the Earth works. Nothing on the Earth is happening there. But everything it's got its hidden agenda. Because if you're looking at Saturn, it is the one that actually supports Jupiter. That is the only one positive aspect during this time. And since Saturn is turning retrograde, is like you are chasing the wrong things in life. What you should have chased your own self, work on your own self. And now I'm going to shift your consciousness to work on you. Very beautiful energy, soft, but also kind of like a heavy because of this shift, melancholy, and so on and so on. Go forward with that. But the 11 o'clock energies, midheaven is going to be at 28 degrees. There, it's going to be trining Pluto right now. It's like, okay, I see what I need to change. I see the visions. And that midheaven and the end of a Taurus is going to be telling you, relax. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be all right. There's nothing to worry or stress about it. Things going to be okay as long you following these transformations. You're going to get the glimpses, the visions, because at this time, midheaven is very beautiful sextile with Neptune. Neptune's going to lead you within the deep diving in there. But so it's going to lead you to the deep, deep transformations, which is everyone needs in order to grow, to mature. On the other side, we have the ascendant, that is the rising energies at 3 degrees of Virgo. Beautiful energies there with Jupiter in the North Node. That is that about you do all this, you will heal. But at the same time, the ascendant, it is opposing Saturn and is squaring Mercury. and Mercury squaring the ascendant. That is a like, why I don't have communications, why I don't communicate, why I don't talk, what is this, what is that. Why are you not talking to yourself first? It's very important what you tell yourself. If you tell yourself, I'm not worth it to be loved, I'm not worth it about this, I'm not worth it about that, that is not going to help you. But if you tell yourself, I'm worth it to be loved, I am loved, I'm loved, I feel this love within me. It's not like programming yourself. This is about self love within yourself. And be careful with those energies because they could be heavy, but they're also very beautiful energies with Mars and Venus because it says, like, hey, boy, hey, girl, you're loved. Very beautiful time to heal your inner child there. All right, so 12 o'clock midheaven is joining pretty much Mercury. Beautiful sextiles there with Venus and Mars. The moon is joining Venus and Mars. Beauty. With all this, it's a beautiful energy. But the rising energies that it comes in at Virgo, they are squaring the moon in midheaven. They are squaring Mercury there, and still opposing Saturn. And focus with what works, but what doesn't work. Look inside of you. What's the reason it doesn't work? Okay, look at it, that self shut off, maybe lack of expressions, lack of putting things out in the open, lack of things like restrictions, self limitations in there, because that Saturn is going to teach you how to open up. Because where you have to open first? In soul. All right, so 1 o'clock midheaven is going to be with the sun. Ascendant is at 27 degrees of Virgo. That is where the place is going to take pretty much. It's going to be the 26 degrees of the new moon that it comes in. That is going to be a square with Virgo and a square with Neptune with Pisces. But that will bring you divine energies with the 29 degrees Pluto. And during this time, you are going to be given a sense within the authority about you are in charge to work together with your intuitions in friendships, through friendliness, you to change your divine purpose on earth. That is going to be the purpose of that new moon because it's in Gemini, the third house, the friends, someone like me, someone that looks like me, someone that acts like me. And all this is going to be giving a very good fruits while this moon lesson, this moon month, I would say, there it's going to go around and it's going to be ending in there with a new moon in Cancer. So basically, that is the transitions of the friendshipness to a family. Very beautiful, beautiful energies, if you ask me, because it's going to trigger all of the above. Because the moon, it's going to have the divine energies with Pluto when it's there, and then she's going to meet the Pluto herself. So the moon is going to trigger these transformations inside, and when she's going to go through all the road until she arrives next to Pluto, it's going to be doing a very good, good job. All right, so at 2 o'clock midheaven, it's going to be at 10 degrees of Cancer. Talking about this Cancer energies is about family. But at the same time, at 2 o'clock, there in Libra, if you pay attention to those energies at 2 o'clock, that brings balance, peace, serenity. Why? Because Saturn right now, he is already in retrograde mode, and that is a divine energies that rising in the horizon between Saturn and Jupiter. Also, that involves the North Node in there. So the key is right now, Saturn is going to drive us to our destiny. When we go back, you missed something, you missed opportunity, you missed chances, and you missed things. No, you didn't miss. You didn't have the chances to learn it back then. Now you have the chance. You learn because Saturn was moving forward. Learning put in the mysteries, learning put in the occultic learning stuff in there. And now you're gonna go back and revise this, how much you've been grown, but also you're gonna get a new learnings from within yourself because it is retrograde mode. The energies of this 2 o'clock is just, I love them. I don't know about you, but I personally really love them. I enjoy them. This could be an energy for some of you that you're gonna feel like between awake and asleep, with a beautiful bliss within you. That there is no anything else. All right, so 3 o'clock it's coming. The ascendant, the rising energies, they're going to be very beautiful because the ascendant is the divine energies with Uranus. The universe will tell you, hey, look, I have things for you. I got stuff, beautiful divine stuff for you. But you have to look at it to unify it. Venus, not Venus, but you have to learn to unify your intuitions and your authority. You do that, I'm gonna send you to Mars, which is this is a action time, and through that good communications, you are going to find what you were looking for. Communication is the key. That is it about self expressions to yourself first and then to others as well. So at 4 o'clock, midheaven is going to be with Venus. There is going to be just little bit remind us about the divine energies that Venus had with Saturn. But now, since Saturn is shifting retrograde, you're going to feel like I need to overview, I need to view this, I need to see all that. Ascendant there, it is at Scorpio. That is the opposing of the North Node there. Exactly. If you have to be in that position. North Node, it's 2 degrees, 49 minutes, and the Ascendant is at 3 degrees, 6 minutes. So, direct oppositions of your karma, of your destiny in there. But how are you going to get it? Ascendant is a beautiful trines with the moon and the sun, and also with Saturn. As you see it, Saturn begins to play major role into the next few days there within. You're gonna see it. Some of you are gonna love that shift there. So at 5 o'clock, midheaven goes at 24 degrees of Leo. There is a beautiful energy about this merge that happens in Gemini there. To remind you that these energies of between Leo and Gemini, if there was something in Capricorn, creates a divine energies. So the benefits of the people, if you have something into Capricorn, talking about like the meat decades there within the mid of the zodiac sign, maybe the first or the second, you're gonna feel those positive divine energies there. So for some of you, this is going to be a very beautiful, great benefit right now in yourselves. The ascendant though is at Scorpio, and that ascendant at Scorpio squaring Leo and opposing the things in Taurus. It is about shadow, finding things in there, finding the secrets, and don't be a secret agent to your own self, but you may find secrets from the other people. Question is what you learning there. Hi Tiffany, thank you for coming in. And look at those ascendant there. That energy is going to be triggering you during the night. But during the midnight there, the moon and the sun, they're going to be coming there. It's going to be a very beautiful new moon. Very beautiful new moon. of that positions. And some of you is going to be feel the divine blessings from Pluto, especially if you've been transformed. You're going to get this new beginning, this really new beginning that people been seeking it, because friendshipness is one of the keys you to be good within the world. But the friendshipness within yourself is the primary that you need to seek with this. This is why from Aries all the way up into Libra, everything is in a personal development. From Libra to the Pisces, to the end of Pisces, there is a development with others. But you're learning first the relationship within your own self with others here in Gemini. Okay? You learn that in Gemini. So later on at 6 o'clock, the ascendant goes at 26 degrees of Scorpio. The rising energies, they're telling you here is there is a divine authority here. It's been happening quite often in the past few days there. Midheaven, it's in Virgo. You're dealing with this Virgo's energies within, because they're squaring Mercury and opposing Saturn. Uh, what are you stubborn about it? You don't see the things, you don't like the things, you want so much to into this perfections and so on. Where is your communications? And look at it right now, because this is a square, so T square between midheaven, Saturn, and Mercury. Maybe you need to look inside of yourself about communications. And if there is no communications, maybe you have to overcome your fears of these communications, because right now Venus and I'm sorry, let me see, but I think that's what there is. Yeah, right, that was correct. Venus and Mars, they are both sextiling Mercury. Mercury is the only one positive aspect right now about this. Beautiful time you to, like, you know what? Don't worry about the dishes. This is the moment it's like, you know what? Don't worry about that. You have to fix this and fix that. We have more important things. Us. But that's going to come with agreement between both Mars and Venus. When they do that, midheaven is in very beautiful trines with Jupiter. There's a lot of growth in there, and that growth is coming through who? Through Saturn. So basically, Saturn teaches us to these points. We to go ahead and have a great communications between us as an energy. What are you telling yourself about your masculine? And what are you telling yourself about the feminine energies? So, talking about at 7 o'clock, midheaven is a 26 degrees of Virgo, beautiful trines with Uranus there, beautiful trine there with um, Pluto but there is a T square between the Sun, the Moon, Neptune, that positions. And here is that our authority in the moon currently have no positive aspects there. Like, don't see it. A lack of the visions in there is gonna come in because midheaven is a trine with Pluto. You to seek why you cannot go ahead and transform, evolve. Why you are stuck within the stress. What is the stress is telling you? There is something you have not done yet, or maybe something it's about time you to do it within you. It all depends of your lifestyle, and it depends of your life sequence that you are going through your own chart. I mean, look at the energies. You can know if you know a little bit astrology, you can figure things out. But the rising energies, which is there in Sagittarius, they are in divine energies with Jupiter, and they are very beautiful trines with Mars and Venus. As you see at this saga with Mars, Venus in Leo, which is that where the 5-year-old grow for the first time, is triggering us to to have a lot of growth. And ooh, my throat is totally dry. And when we're talking about this energies of the ascendant, that's going to tell you the better things are coming. Stay on course, stay on a track. Everything is going to be okay. There isn't going to be a changes within. Just make sure you learn and grow. It's beautiful energy if you count down for. But the ascendant is opposing Mercury, and some of you have to go and figure it out that you gotta have this feminine and masculine energies to have the communications instead of opposing like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. There is nothing good to talk about it. There is nothing good to discuss. There is nothing like this, and that's not gonna help help at all because where it comes from though, ascendant is squaring Saturn and Saturn is squaring Mercury. You kind of like you self sabotage you before you even learned an opportunity within yourself. And look at within yourself. What do you tell yourself about it? So there is a lot of those T squaring situations, but they're gonna be for a moment. So it's all about you. So this energies that were at 2 o'clock, they're gonna be like 740s. Right there, that range 747, pretty much until 8 o'clock. But that's going to be this balance that it's going to be bringing in. But the ascendant at 8 o'clock is going to be a divine energies with Uranus. The universe has everything. When nothing else works, because you try everything. You know, when you in life pushing your own agenda, you go, you fight, you go, this, that, hard, very hard. You fight, you fight, you fight, you fight, you fight, and it still things doesn't happen great until it comes to a point that you surrender. And when you surrender, who do you find? The universe. And the universe says like, I told you so, don't do it. But guess what? You did it anyway. And this is going to come because of the ascendant, the rising energies of Sag. They are actually opposing the moon and the sun conjunctions, which is it's going to be already begin to feel there. It's going to begin to feel with that. At 9 o'clock, midheaven is a 29 degrees. This is going to be interesting moments there because of these yachts. There are situations that are going. We have a very beautiful trine with 7 degrees Saturn. It's got a very beautiful trine with 26 and I believe 24 degrees. The moon there, it is like, here we go. Balance is the key because you put intuitions and authority coming in together. The divine visions of that balance is going to be coming from Neptune because Neptune is in divine energies with the midheaven. A few minutes before that, though, there was a divine energies. They are coming. Let me go back to make sure because there is a quite a few that happens one after another, and this is like we're talking about like 8 8 824. There's going to be a wand with Uranus. That is going to be a sudden changes there. And then when we're talking about this energy is going to switch, first of all, to Neptune. That's going to be 852. And later on, that energy is going to continue with the transitions to the first degree of Scorpio, which is that energy is going to be really giving you and guiding you the directions of how to navigate this going from within the shadow energies. But the rising energies there in Capricorn, which is the first degrees of Capricorn, they're going to be opposing that moon in authority. But the midheaven, the inner work, is still there at Libra. At 9 o'clock, they are going to help you to have this balance. They're going to be, don't worry about it. You're going to go to this hard road, but there's going to be a good time. All right. So talking about 10 o'clock, the energies. Um, yeah, talking about that. Lately, if you pay attention, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, those are the intense energies there. Midheaven is a squaring Mars and Venus. Midheaven is also opposing Uranus and Jupiter there, but is all connecting again with Saturn. Because Saturn is like, let me show you the secret of mysteries that is being hidden within the darkness. This is like you going into the secret library in the dungeon down below that only few people are chosen. But now there is no few people chosen. You choose to go down within your own book of life, what you wrote in there, and to see what you've been written there. So there could be a lot of dreams that are coming in with this Saturn retrograde. There could be a lot of this past related things inside of you, but you are going to be having by looking at those energies within when the midheaven or ascendant is in Scorpio. What happened? What was the secrets? What caused? What's the original things? And how you to fix yourself. So let me tell you one word about this. The bigger the problem, the bigger the miracle. And the miracle will be you. The miracle will be you. And at 11 o'clock, midheaven is going to be, again, 29 degrees there. This is kind of like when it's in the edge of this 29 degrees for they're kind of like you need to end these exactly before ISH over there, and you may gonna feel the energies of between of coming out of the shadow and express yourself. That is it, the energies between of Scorpio um, and Sag. That is it. Like I didn't tell you this, but now it's the moment to tell you this. But I'm gonna get ready to tell you this. That's how I take it. That midheaven on 29 degrees of Scorpio. But there is going to be a beautiful divine energies with these unifications of the moon with the sun. There's going to be this divine aspect to that point. There, midheaven is a beautiful trines with Neptune. There is the visions. They are in sextile with Pluto about transformations, and that energy is great. What is not great is the rising energies of Aquarius, the rebellion. That is the part that you have to look. Why you're fighting the feminine and masculine energies. For some of it, that's going to be like she, he, they didn't did the stuff. He, she, they're not the right things. He and she, they needs to be doing more and more. Because she and he, I didn't grow. Really, put yourself together. Because there is a present energy of the ascendant that is a beautiful trines with Mercury, and Mercury talks to she and he. But you have to evolve to that point. It's going to require maturity. And that's why Mars and Venus are in Leo. Maturity, maturity. And we're going to be talking about a little bit about this beautiful aspect that is going to happen like 1 o'clock. The moon is going to be at 26 degrees and the sun at 26 degrees. And midheaven is above them, which is going to be 27 degrees of that's going to happen at 1 o'clock in the morning. That is going to be a direct oppositions with that. You may going to feel intense energies during this period, but the the sun right now getting into these transitions in the next few days, it's going to have divine guidance through the transformations from within, which is going to begin now. After they're coming together, you're going to feel it, that friendshipness within the transformations under the divine is going to begin. I'm expecting a lot of people to get ignite. I'm expecting a lot of people to look at it to the place that they never look within themselves, to look at it within their mind, the mind to look within their spirit and their soul, their spirit, and relate it to the divine. This is going to be a beautiful, very beautiful energy because these divine aspects right there between Pluto, the moon, and the sun, the new beginning of friendshipness for them is going to lead a lot of a lot of fruits. If you're doing things for the divine, this thing is going to give a lot of fruits under tensions, under pressures, but a lot of good, positive fruits, guys. So that's what the energies are. If you guys have so many questions right now, you guys can ask, I can look, and if you want anything that we can discuss or talk about or look at it more within this. But yeah, the energies are, they're crazy, but they're beautiful in a way. So if you're not, let's share the love and the light. And I will come back tomorrow. We're going to dive more deep with these energies. Here's the gifts of love to you guys. Take it as much as you need. And I want to say thank you guys for coming in. Uh, keep keep inside the positiveness. The positiveness is the key inside of you. And use those beautiful energies for better life. That's my hope is for you guys. All right? And love, love, love you. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.